Think with Dr. Omoshola Deji, your political scientist, public affairs analyst. Well, it's late in the day. It's been a very long day for me, but I just feel a bit of energy in me, and I'm like, okay, what should I do? I think let me just spend some time with my people. So I'll be making this quite brief. It won't be too long. But I just thought, okay, there are some great topics that we can still dwell on. For instance, this Labour Party crisis, you would have heard about the lingering crisis in the Labour Party as regards the Abure faction and the faction that supports Peter Obi. And you would have heard about the Nemadi Usman that was appointed by the Obi faction to be in charge of the party at this point in time. Then it's also in the news that flood ravaged Borno in Borno State. Flood ravaged Borno, and it's becoming a case too many. Flood ravage Lagos every year and some states in the south. Now it is in turn of Borno, and I think one thing about Borno is in the north, rain doesn't really fall. Should I say, rain doesn't fall the way it falls in the south. Rain doesn't fall like that in the north. But then, what you have is when rain falls, it's going to be very, very heavy. For instance, I remember when I was doing my NYC in Kano, the north is a place whereby there will be no what I can call like a rainfall announcement, right? You know, in the south here, if rain wants to fall, you will see it that there will be cloudiness. Sometimes there will be this, how do I put it? There will be this breeze. There will be this large breeze, right? But in the north, the sun may be shining now, and within 3 minutes, the rain will just come up. And the rain will be so very heavy than imagined. So, flood ravaged Borno. First, I'm going to be talking about the Peter Obi. If you joined my live yesterday, you remember that there wasn't much time. I didn't quite touch on the topic, right? I didn't touch on the topic yesterday. But I will touch on it quickly. And I have some other topics, right? But that one that I didn't talk about yesterday, that Labour Party, I'll make sure that I give you all the great analysis on it. So if it is only that one that I'm able to achieve, then it's okay. At least I fulfill my promise of yesterday that, okay, God willing, if it's possible for me to make it happen, we'll make it happen, okay? Glory be to God. It's been a very long day for me. I've had series of analysis today, like three sessions. Tomorrow morning, as early as 8:30, I have another session. After that session, I have another one for 9:05. So if I do the one of 8:30 to, like, let's say maybe 8:55, or yeah, the program ends by 9, but they won't close by 9 on dot. So if I do the one from 8:30 to, like, let's say 8:55, I have another one by 9:05. 9:05 to, like, let's say 9:30 or thereabout. So it's always this marathon back-to-back analysis with the media, and that's why most times now I honor media invites, out of respect, sincerely. I do it out of respect. Or maybe you've been able to build a good professional relationship with me, because the media will not allow you to have time for your own life. That's just the truth. So if radio is calling you, TV is calling you, that one is calling you, this one is calling you, what time do you want to have for your life? As in, not live YouTube live, right? Like your own personal life. You won't have time now. You understand? So that's why sometimes I run away from this media, because glory be to God. Glory be to God. If you are watching me, we're a family here on Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Glory be to God. Let me tell you a brief story before we start the Labour Party analysis. At first, when I want to, I was writing before. That's why if you put my name on Google, you see some of the writing that I've done many years ago. I used to write and send it to the media. Some people will publish. Some people will not publish. In fact, to be honest with you, when I started writing, I used to pay. I used to pay. I will pay people in the media. I took time to write a very good media article, media analysis. I will still pay to publish it. Then at some point I got tired of paying, so I now started sending it, that maybe if the editors go through it, if they like it, they will publish it. But most of them, Nigeria is there's some absurdity in Nigeria. Let's be sincere with ourselves. No matter how good you are in Nigeria, you need that little push. Let me tell you this little story as the inspiration comes. When I send it, they won't publish it. But on their platform, the platform of some of those media, I'll be seeing articles that that doesn't even match the one that I've written. I just put my faith on God. After some point, I got tired of writing because I realized that Nigeria don't write. So I now started on TV. My first TV station was Silverbed. And I remember that when I watched my first, it was a recording. It was recording. It recorded something. And I remembered when I watched my first recording, the day it will be heard. In fact, it was an in-news session. In-news. When they are doing news, if you watch TV, there may be a topic, then they will bring a guest in. So the time they will give the guest will not be, no, it was that in-news session was not the first. Was not, it was like, how do I put this? Something happened and they now record me like they are doing a reporting. So those people that they used to put mic in their mouth when they are reporting something, let's say there's a crisis now, the people that will speak, that will put mouth in their mouth, that was the one I first did. And when I watched it, I was very happy. I told my aunt, my big aunt, the one I told you that when egg was 3,000 naira, she was screaming that no, 3,000, she won't eat egg again. What type of cheating is that? Not knowing that a Miloko, in this Miloko, not knowing that Miloko is still coming. Now she's buying egg 5,600, 5,700. So it was that my same aunt. Shout out to her, great woman. So I was with her that day, and I said, they are going to show me on TV today, first time that they are going to show me. So when they showed me, I didn't quite like the recording. I didn't like the delivery. I'm like, did I did well? That to me it wasn't too okay. She shall encourage me that year. She encouraged me again. Silverbed called me for another recording. There was one day, the first time I would go live on TV. See, anything you are doing in life, anything, I don't know what you are doing, any legitimate thing you are doing in life, just be consistent, be steadfast. If it was since that time that I've been doing YouTube, maybe 10,000 people will be watching me right now. Maybe 10,000 people. But then life happens in such a way that you need to focus on your own life. When you are studying for master, you are studying for PhD in an environment whereby they will grade your work, not how you know how to greet lecturer the way they do in Nigeria. I will tell you one experience I have at the University of Nottingham. Let me tell you how I first got on TV that year first. So something happened in a political party at that time. So I went in the morning, I dropped my lines for Silverbed. So they were kind of like impressed that, nice delivery. So as the matter they now said their news at 10 p.m. that they would like to have me as in-news guest. That's the first time I will ever be live for in-news guest. So the person that gave me that opportunity, his mind was literally in his mouth, because that's the first time that I will be live, that I'll be speaking and they'll be watching me live on TV. But because I have made a good delivery in the morning and it is the same topic, the guy was a little bit confident. But then you need to know how some of this studio is like. The kind of light that in some of these studios, when you enter there, it's not the light in your room. Oh. The way you see them, that everything is bright. It's not the kind of light that you want in your room, or the headlamp of your car. No. The kind of light that is in those studios, if pin drop, you go see. And so sometimes, when the mere seeing of the light alone, you may lose memory of anything you want to say. So they brought me in as in-news guest. I was just delivering my lines. The guy was quite impressed. They say, oh, that my delivery was fine. After that, they started using me live. I'm telling you that life sometimes is step by step. They started using me live. When some people want to invite me some years ago, they will ask me, send us what you have done before. Like, send us a video of platform that you have done before. To the glory of God Almighty. Now, there are some people that they will check my profile on LinkedIn. Maybe they just stumbled on my profile on LinkedIn. Some maybe on Facebook. They will write me and say, please, sir, we want to have you on so program and so. If I've not heard of the program before, I will ask them, I've not heard about your program. Send me a video. Let me see what your programs looks like. You know, the first day I did that, from morning till evening, I was just wondering that, this life, now wow. Now me that they will ask me to send CV. They will ask me that to send evidence that appeared online before that year, many years ago. Today, some people will contact me and I will turn down the offer, even if I don't feel, if I'm not in the mood. So what am I trying to say? Life is stages. Now I run away, because if you give Nigerian media a chance, you see, let me tell you one thing about Nigerian media. Nigerian media is a media that they are on low budget. They don't want to spend money, but they like the best. Nigerian media, if they want to be paying every analyst, how much do they want to pay? So if you give every media platform a chance and access to you, I swear you won't have a life. I'm speaking from experience. You won't have a life of your own. You cannot drink water drop cup. All of this. So sometimes you need to hibernate yourself so that you can have time for your own life and destiny. I said I will tell you something as regards putting effort, right? That when I was at the University of Nottingham in UK, sometimes in life, never give up, especially when you are convinced about yourself. Let me give you an example. While I was there, because of my educational background, that I did my BSc in Nigeria, right? Then masters in UK. So that foundation wasn't really solid like that. Wasn't, based on the normal Nigerian something now. So I did a course. I think it was on civil society. Yes, civil society. It was taught by Professor Adam Novak. Yeah, I remember quite well. It was on civil society. So I gave a presentation on this Bill and Melinda Gates polio something. Some of you will know about it. So when I gave that presentation about Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation polio something, because all of them know Bill and Melinda Gates, because they are of US origin. You see some of our people here that used to do shakara, they don't know them. Some of these are local champions. When you go to some of you watching me from abroad, you will know what I'm saying. They don't know them. They don't know them. Some of all these are people that do shakara. Even in entertainment. I remember sometime when Basket Mouth wanted to do a show in London. He and another comedian, they were now on a train. He was now asking the British people, white people, Britons, that, do you know Basket Mouth? They say, no, I've never heard of it before. And he is Basket Mouth. He said, then now this the band, more eat under Don Jazzy, and then they rain. I said, do you know the band? They said, the band, no. It means say some of these are people, they don't even know them, but shout out to Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, great guys. Shout out to Thames, shout out to Asha, shout out to Tiwa Savage. These are our music experts in diaspora that are doing us proud. One must acknowledge them, Shout out to them. So the course, as it was taught by Professor Adam Novak, when I gave my presentation, and they'll be looking at you whereby when you give the presentation, students will be present, observers will be present, maybe professors will be present. You must answer questions and you must select people based on equity and fairness. You must not waive some people and go and answer some people. You'll be in problem. It will affect your mark. That reduce the marks, according to Professor Trevor Parfit that year. Parfit will say, when you don't do this, that reduce the marks. So, because I gave a brilliant presentation, I think, yes, it was a SWOT analysis of the impact of and the challenges of Bill and Melinda Gates polio something in Nigeria. So SWOT, if I can still remember, means strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Yeah, SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So that means that what Bill and Melinda Gates is doing in Africa, you have to look at the strength. In Nigeria, you have to look at the strength, the weakness, the opportunities, and threats. So after the whole presentation, I answered questions. So long story short, Professor Adam Novak gave me a 70 on dot. He gave me A. That was my first A in this school, and it's not easy to get A. So when Professor Adam Novak, when he gave me A, the person that was to do they used to do like second grader. Yes, that's how they call it. Some of you that attend British University will understand what I'm saying. They call it second grader. Unlike the Nigerian university, that the man that gave you the lecture will be the one to mark the script, determine the result, and that is all. No, in British system, I don't know whether they are still doing like that now. If you teach a course and you grade that course, that is not the end. There will be another examiner within the faculty, which they call second grader, to kind of like look at it so that there won't be favoritism. So the second grader happens to be my personal tutor. There's something they call personal tutor in the UK, like a personal tutor. So the personal tutor is, if you have any challenges, right, that person is your first line of contact. They call it personal tutor. In Nigeria, I think they call it level advisor. Level advisor, yes. If you're in the university in Nigeria, 100 level, you have an advisor. 200 level, they call it level advisor. So if you have any issue, it is that level advisor that is your first point of call. So when the personal tutor was also my level advisor. He was the one that graded it. He now reduced it from 70 to, I think, 61. Alaye Oya Wereni, are you crazy? From 70 to 61. No, this cannot stand though. Me that I'm on self-sponsor. Owo niru owo elepo. Owo alata. You know what it mean by that? Toro kobo. I went to his office. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy. He has a bit of racist orientation like this. I'm trying to remember his name. You know? I'm trying to remember his name. Michael Connors. Yes, Michael Connors. Professor Michael Connors. So I went into Professor Michael Connors' office and said, Prof, I did civil society module. In Nigeria, we call it course. There, they call it module. So I said, in this module, they gave me A. But when the result came out, it came out as 61. That why? He said, Mosh, you know, Omoshola Deji. If you look at the spelling of Omoshola Deji, there's a Mosh there, right? He said, Mosh, the second examiner, that's the second grader, would have seen something in your script that made it to kind of like reduce the marks. I said, no, that I did it well. Even if they are going to reduce it, it shouldn't be from 70 to 61. If it is 70 to 68, I can still maybe agree with it. That, okay, maybe fair enough. But 70 to 61, in a situation whereby I was at that point I was reading almost 15 hours a day. Yes, you heard me right. It's not sweet talk. Yes, like 15 hours a day. You don't know. You don't think it's possible for somebody to read 15 hours a day? You are not there yet. You are not, when you face the heat. In fact, you read 24 hours if you don't want your money to waste. So I was so it really got to me that what is this professor saying? What are you telling me? So as we were dragging him, he was trying to convince me to accept that the examiner, which happens to be him, which happens to be Michael Connors himself, Professor Michael Connors, he was trying to convince me that the examiner must have seen something. And I was telling him that there's nothing the examiner want to see. Adam Novak, the man that taught the course, the professor, they brought him from EU, from European Union. You know, these universities there, they spend money. They went to go and bring him from EU. So apart from academic experience, he also has the practical experience. So when they brought him, he was the one that took the course. I remember this woman too, Professor Saidia Panini, that taught us something about democracy. They brought that one from this famous democracy institution. That's how they bring some of them, so that you get good value for your money. Thanks for liking. You know, if you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button. God bless you. Then I also want to read your comment. Okay, great people, drop your comment. Drop your comment. If there's anyone that I know quite well, I want to appoint class captain today. You know, I think yesterday Freedom Trades, then Willie, and what's this guy name that starts with S? This guy, I can't remember his name. Those were our class captain yesterday. So if you are watching me and you're a regular watcher and you think I know you, drop your comment so that I can appoint class captain for today. So Michael Connors was trying to convince me to accept the result. I said no. At some point, I just summoned courage. As you know, a Lagos Nigeria boy, I just summoned courage that no, Prof, you are the second grader. So tell me what you saw that make you downgrade my script from 70 to 61. So he was shocked. He was surprised that normally I'm not supposed to know, because it's supposed to be an internal mechanism kind of thing. He now want to do me bad. That's why anything you are doing, try and put in your best, and so that at the end of the day, your conscience will be clear. That's the essence of this thing that I'm telling you. So he now told me that I'm not supposed to know. But since I know that they have to subject it to external examiner. Now, let me explain to you. You know that I said there's first grader, there's second grader. If there's a dispute, maybe the first grader did not agree with the grading of the second grader, or the student come up with a complaint, there's something they call external examiner, which means the script of that work, they will send it to outside UK, not even university within UK. They will send that script to a professor who happens to be an authority in that field. They will send it to that person outside the country, and whatever that person says is binding on the first grader, the second grader, you the student, and the university. So you can see the process before you eventually get your degree. Before you scale through all this process, there's no way you won't be hot. If you really pass through the system, there's no way you won't be hot, because they would have cooked you. You will be about to give up. You know when they say about to give up, you are almost dying. They would have squeezed you, and they will be watching the time. 60 seconds to die, 45 seconds to die, 30 seconds to die, 20 seconds to die. When it is 2 seconds to die, they will now leave you. Tell me how you won't be hot. They now sent my script to a professor in Australia, from UK to Australia. Imagine that. They sent it to the professor in Australia. That one graded it. That one is final grading landed at 64. Now there are 3 marks. Professor Damnova gave me 70. Professor Michael Connors turned it to 61. I complained. He invoked the school clause of dispute. They sent the script to Australia. The professor they sent it to in Australia, I don't know him. Sincerely, I don't know him. I don't even know the school, but I know they sent it to Australia. That one gave me 64. But I was happy. You know why I was happy? That 3 marks, I felt it was worth fighting for. You know? It was not fight, okay, Africa yesterday, today, and tomorrow, okay. You know, I see you. You know. I was just using it to kind of like put it in context about what you will face before you are able to graduate. That's just it, you know. So the professor gave me 64, and that was binding on me. Professor Adam Novak, Professor Michael Connors, and the school itself, the University of Nottingham, it was binding on every one of us. So it was that 64 that now reflected in my module, in my transcript at the end of the day for that particular module. In Nigeria, we call it course. So what am I trying to say? That 3 marks alone was what I for, because if I had kept quiet, you see that 3 marks, that extra 3 marks wouldn't have come. Then it now gave me confidence that at least I wasn't overly favored. At least waiting I write, it still makes sense for a professor in Australia, and he knows that it is a dispute slip. For him to have given me 64, that means I had done something right. So what am I trying to say? If you put in your best in something, and what you are doing is sure for you, and you feel that you are being, don't be afraid to speak, because that little change that you're speaking out can bring, that little change may just be what you need. But I must acknowledge the British system. If it were to be Africa, you may eventually fail. If it were to be Nigeria, oh, you are questioning me, what do you know? It's a lie. Some of these lecturers that are sleeping with students, and they don't know anything. Come and see them when they come for conference abroad. That they molest students, harass them. Some of them will be cursing. While I was doing my BSc in Nigeria, there's one lecturer that during the exam, the way he will be shouting, the way he will be screaming, the way he will be cursing people in Yoruba language. In Yoruba language, he will be telling students, you know, lecturer. You understand? So, whatever you are doing and you are doing right, make sure that if something is wrong, you fight for it. And as a political scientist, let me link it to politics and governance in Nigeria, because that is what some of you really want to hear. That's what you are used to. You know, you want the vibe, the analysis. But sometimes, you know, when you remember some things, you just have to reminisce. You just have to touch on some of these things, and you look back and smile that to God be the glory. So in Nigeria, you see that your little advocacy that you think doesn't count. To now relate it to my experience at the University of London, you see that little advocacy that you think doesn't count. If you are advocating, another person is advocating, me, I'm advocating, you are advocating, that little advocacy can bring a monumental change that you ever imagined, can bring a solid change that you never even thought of in your life. For instance, let us use a broom. You know that broom is a combination of many broomsticks, right? But if you want to use one to sweep, you won't achieve great progress. But when that broom, when they unite and they form that, you know, when they tie them together, they achieve great progress. Isn't it? So, when you speak, don't see your voice as a tiny voice. Don't see that you can't achieve any change. No. That your tiny voice, if it gathers with other tiny voice, it matters a lot. Let me give you another example. If you are in an organization and they say, give him a round of applause, do you know why that round of applause, do you know why it usually sounds loud like that? If you look at the way you are clapping your hand, you say, right? People can barely hear you. But because many people are together and doing the round of applause at the same time, definitely it will make sense. The round of applause will be loud. So this should be an encouragement for you that don't ever think your voice is irrelevant. No. Don't ever think your voice is tiny. No. And when it matters most, don't keep quiet. Oh. Let me use the story of our Lord Jesus Christ when he was about to be nailed. The armed robber on that cross, if he had kept quiet, he would have gone to hell. But because he voiced out, Jesus looked at him and fell in love with him and said, your sins are forgiven. You will find yourself in heaven. That also relates to grace. May we always enjoy grace. May we be in the right place at the right time. If you are just watching me for the first time, I want to go into this Labour Party something. If it is only that one I achieve, because it's been a long day and I still have analysis on media in the morning. So if it's only that one that I achieve, it's okay for me. Because I wasn't able to talk about it yesterday. If you are just watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button. You are welcome. If you are if you have somebody that usually watch this channel and you think I know you, drop a comment. Africa yesterday, today and tomorrow, I see you. You know, so if you are one of my regular watchers, drop a comment. Because when I'm live and I'm treating a hot topic, I like to appoint class captain. You understand? So tonight I also want to appoint class captain. You know, at least 2. So I'm looking for 1 or 2 more people so that I can appoint class captain. So this Labour Party, what is the significance of this crisis in the Labour Party? And what is the effect on Peter Obi being the poster boy of the Labour Party? You know, Peter Obi, the Labour Party didn't have much relevance. In fact, it was literally dead. Obi was like the oxygen. When he injected himself into Labour Party got the breath of life. That doesn't mean that Labour Party wasn't existing before Obi joined. It was existing. Remember this former governor of, I think, Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko, that they used to call Iroko, contested under Labour Party and won. I think the guy is a medical doctor or something. He's a former governor in Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko. Some of you will know him. Or you can Google his name, Olusegun Mimiko. He contested under Labour Party and won. That is the how far Labour Party had gone in Nigeria before the advent of Peter Obi. So if you regard Labour Party as a party that hasn't made any achievement before Peter Obi, you will be wrong. But as at the time Peter Obi joined, Labour Party was literally dead. You understand? Peter Obi was like the oxygen that gave Labour Party life. Right? So Labour Party was literally dead. But when Obi joined, people resonated with his obedient something. This is obedient, obedient slogan. And say, oh, we are obedient. The obedient was coined similarly to the first emergence of Buhari. You remember the slogan, Fair Buhari? You know the election was held in February. The Tinubu and his cohorts, when they have packaged Buhari, when they have made it look like Buhari is the Messiah, when they have spent a lot of money and they are running broke, and Jonathan now postponed the election for security reasons. The election was held in February. If you remember, they now said Fair Buhari. Fair Buhari in Yoruba means fair, means love in Yoruba land. I don't know what it means in your tribe. Maybe you want to help me out. I'd like to read your comment. What does fair means? Or should I say, in your tribe, right? In your culture, what does love means in your culture? Like, what is the pronunciation of love in your culture? You know, I'll be glad if I can, you know, if I can see your comment. In Yoruba, it's called Ife. So, you know, it was the Tinubu boys that was literally in charge of the campaign. It was Tinubu that was spending the money. According to them, Buhari was poor. He doesn't have money. He even had to take a loan to complete his form. And if you remember, during that election, before that election, it was Atiku that was to win that primary because Atiku was loaded in dollars. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, being a guy man, being somebody that he will match you spending for spending, and you know say pepper rest, money dey where he dey. He matched Atiku dollar for dollars. That primary, if you remember, was held in Lagos State. That primary, that year, was held in Lagos State. Tinubu matched Atiku dollar for dollar. And because the primary was held in Tinubu's comfort zone, Tinubu literally bought or got that ticket for Buhari for his first time. It was Tinubu that made Buhari. That was why Tinubu was angry when Buhari wasn't cooperating. That was what brought about the statement. When he remembered what he did for Buhari, Tinubu screamed and said, Egbe kini iwa, which is bring this thing, Emi lo kan. It's my turn. Because he thought Buhari, how can you be ungrateful? If you are just watching me for the first time, this is Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Africa yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Give me a sign if you are still there. You know, because this is not the first time you are watching me. Maybe you'll be my class captain. Because as it's going, the conversation will get interesting. So I like when I start to appoint class captain. So since other people did not drop comment, or maybe they are first time watcher, Africa yesterday, today, and tomorrow, if you are still there, give me any message or a thumbs up or something, so that you'll be my class captain. So it was Tinubu that got the ticket solely for Buhari. If you are just watching me, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification button, and like this video, okay, so that I can reach other people. God bless you. So Tinubu matched Atiku dollar for dollar, money for money, strength for strength, power for power. Don't forget that Kwakwanso too also contested in that primary. Buhari defeated them not because he's the best guy or that he's a superman. You know, Nigerian politicians, if Tinubu had not spent much Atiku dollar for dollar, politicians would have collected Atiku's dollar and vote Atiku. That is how Atiku would have been the candidate of APC, not Buhari. This thing that I'm saying, if you have close people in politics, ask them. You know? Okay, Africa yesterday says, okay, you are there, but in the middle of another tab, I'm listening to you. Okay. Don't worry, let me just be listening to me, be enjoying yourself. You know? I'm here to see the comment from some of my loyal watchers. If I see their comment, maybe I will appoint them as class captain, but you'll be doing what you are doing. But make sure you are listening to me, okay? Shout out to you, Africa yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I greet you. So, Nigerian politicians would have collected that money of Atiku and make him the presidential candidate. So when Buhari got the ticket, Tinubu was still spending. He was still spending. And they brought about this slogan, Fair Buhari. I'm going somewhere. When Jonathan postponed the election, they created another slogan. You will remember, this thing I'm supposed to dash out money. When the election was postponed, when they changed it from Fair Buhari, what did they change it to? If you know it, tell me. Before I say it, if you don't tell me, maybe I'll now say it in the next 2-3 minutes. You remember February, because the election was to happen in February. They are now saying, oh, February, that love Buhari. Right? Let me just tell you. When it was postponed to March, what did they change it to? March for Buhari. If you remember, that is march to the polling unit and vote Buhari. They changed it to march for Buhari. I believe some of you, as I'm reminding you, you will remember. So it shows what alliance, unity can do. But in the case of Labour Party, you see, this Tinubu and Buhari story that I just told you, what does it portend? Eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. When you want to go and score a goal, and they are throwing stick, throwing stone at you, if you watch football, the football player is not looking at the eyes of the other player that wants to attack him. No. His eyes is on the ball. Eyes on the ball. So in the days of the alliance of Tinubu, Buhari, Rocha Sokorocha, when they changed his name to Okoro Hausa, you remember that Igbo people now change his name at some point to Okoro Hausa. As at that time, their eyes was on the ball. And Lai Mohammed was busy doing all the spin work. Issuing statement, art statement, punchy statement. All these things that they are doing, what is it? Eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. But in the case of Labour Party, their eyes has not been on the ball. How do you want to score a goal when your eyes is not on the ball? You are playing table tennis. You close your eyes. You will just be doing your bat like this. It may not even catch the ball. You want to score goal. You want to play penalty. You close your eye. Your eye has to be on the ball. Even if you guys want to share with it, at least get the power first. Let your interest be in unity first. Thank God, see, there are platforms, there are other parties that they are desperate for a guy like Peter Obi. I'm telling you. That they are desperate. You are already favored as Labour Party that you have Peter Obi, who has organic followership. As it is now, today, you are sure that in the next election, about 6 million votes is already lying down somewhere. Because the people that voted for Peter Obi in the first time, there's nothing that has convinced them otherwise not to vote Peter Obi this time around. You would agree with me. The people that voted Peter Obi in the 2023 election, there is nothing that Tinubu has done now that has convinced them not to vote otherwise. Tinubu has Tinubulized the economy. Atiku, veteran contestant, which is what I usually call him when matters go to him, and I'm on TV or radio, veteran contestant, because he has been on this game regularly since 1993. So Atiku has naturally lost that steam. He has collected party ticket. He has not win. People are beginning to lose interest in him. And if this north-south political something is anything to go by, you will see that naturally Atiku is not favored. If you are just watching me for the first time, do well to like this video, do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. This is where you get insights, analysis of politics and happenings in the politics. We don't abuse here. We don't curse here. You understand? I give you great insight. And if you've been listening to me just for like 10-15 minutes, you would agree with me, say, we can always make it happen. So do well to subscribe and turn on the notification. But if you don't subscribe, YouTube may not recommend my video for you again. So if you are watching me for the first time, it may just be luck. So if you are enjoying my analysis, if you think I'm saying something that makes sense, do well to subscribe so that when you are scrolling your YouTube news feed, YouTube can also be bringing my videos of politics and happenings. I'm a political scientist. I'm not an engineer. If you take me to engineering, I will fail. I will fail. If you ask me to come and cook food, I'm not Idabasi. Idabasi cannot do what I'm doing, but I can't do what Idabasi is doing. I will fail. But this is my own thing as a political scientist. So I'm Dr. Omoshola Deji. You are welcome to this platform. So eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. You already know that you have this candidate. See, they say devil they do person. Sometimes if devil won't do you, you say you no go give devil chance. You will emulate Jesus Christ and say, "Get thee behind me, Satan." And you will look devil and say, "He that is greater, he that is in me." And sorry, I don't know too much Bible. Is greater than he that is in the world. Devil, get thee behind me, Satan. But the Labour Party has been unable to do that. They are just behaving as if they are under spell. The juju of Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be very strong if he get juju. You remember when you watch Oba movie and the Babalawo will put one powder. If you watch Oba movie, all those old Oba movie will put one powder in his hand and say, you understand? That in that Yoruba movie, they will show you that what the Babalawo is doing has taken effect. It's like it is appearing as if that is what Tinubu do. Maybe he just call, Oya, Obi, Abure, Labour Party members. Now no go no peace, now no go settle. He just blow that juju. But Labour Party, they no get that audacious. They don't have the audacious. So this crisis, when you know that you already have a viable candidate, like I said, 6 million votes, he already did grand. And you know, say Atiku, he don't they lose electoral value. And you know that Tinubu is non-performing. Are you guys not supposed to be united? So that in 2027 you can present yourself as the alternative to Nigerians, right? And get a viable northern candidate. Dati Baba Ahmed, like I said in my analysis, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, is a political minus to Peter Obi. Peter Obi has to go and find somebody that is more like an extremist, that his behavior resonates with the corner, like Sheikh Gumi. I won't go into the analysis. I've done it yesterday or day before yesterday. So go and watch my live. You'll see it there. Don't say, oh, no. Sometimes when you want to contest, you use people that are contrast. And I give you an example. People were saying, oh, Buhari is more like a fanatic. Oh, this, that. Oh, is he, he's a tyrannical leader. When they want to give him deputy, what did they give him? They gave him a gentle pastor. You think they don't know what they are doing? So that if you are the people that share extreme values, Buhari is representing you. If you are the conservative type, if you are the type that you believe that thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill your neighbor, thou shalt not hurt, Oshibaju is there for you, Pentecostal pastor. So you think APC do not know what they are doing at that point in time? So Obi does not need Dati Baba Ahmed. Because why? How many people are like Dati in the north? Don't mistake me. There are educated people in the north. Oh. There are a lot of educated people. There are great people in the north. But how many percentage are like Dati Baba Ahmed? Dati Baba Ahmed is like a strange identity. If you compare him to the Almajiris, the have-nots, the Talakawas, the Mekunus, the oil polloi in the north, you see that Baba Ahmed, he doesn't share any, but when any extreme something, but when Buhari came out and they are killing all these Boko Haram, I say, why are you killing my people? Killing my people. That why are you killing my people alone resonated with them in the extreme north. Say, Messiah. It's just like now, let's say Yoruba now. Let's assume that OPC became a monster and federal government is now clamping down on them. And Obasanjo now say, why are you killing my people? And Yoruba, for that reason, they just love him that Baba has spoken for us. Baba is fighting for us. That is how that statement of Buhari resonated with them in the north. So Obi needs somebody like Sheikh Gumi, not Dati Baba Ahmed. Dati Baba Ahmed is an elite. It doesn't even belong to the political elite. It belongs to the professional elite. You understand? Dati Baba Ahmed belongs to the professional elite, not the political elite. If you are talking of people like Kwakwanso, this Kaubaraje, Saraki, those ones belong to the political elite. Dati Baba Ahmed is just a professional that owns, I think, base university, living his life. He doesn't share any extreme values. He's just a professional, a civilized northerner. You can't present that to the north and expect their vote. No. You have to go and find somebody with a bit of extremist something. Somebody that has presented himself as the savior of the Mekunu, as the savior of the poor. Those are the people you have to merge with Obi. And one of them is Sheikh Gumi. Have you ever? It is in the south that they hate Sheikh Gumi. Upon all his extremist ideology, he knows where Boko Haram are. He will speak in favor of Boko Haram, speak in favor of S-men. Have they burned his house in the north? Have they attacked him in the north? Is he not a sheikh? When did you hear that they attack him? That shows that what he's doing resonates largely with the populace in the north. You get that wisdom? Those are the kind of people that Obi needs. So instead of Labour Party to be strategizing, knowing that 6 million votes is already in the bag, the people that voted for Obi, if you are just watching me, please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Please like this video, I can't emphasize enough. I've seen your comment, Ellen, I see you. 3TCQ, I see you. Teofilo Solayemi, I see you. Tamaru Ibraga, I see you. Olarewaju Adegbola, I see you. And Africa Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, I see you. Shout out to all of you. I'm still going to read your comment. If you are watching me for the first time, this is Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button if you are yet to. And if you subscribe and forgot to turn on notification button, go and turn it on. Because anytime I come online, I'm dropping analysis straight up. And you know that Edo election is coming. And I'm going to drop it like it's hot. I already have the direction of my analysis. I think maybe I should fix a date. Maybe I'm thinking the election will be September 21. So I'm thinking of fixing September 20. I'm thinking of fixing September 20 for in-depth, pure analysis on the Edo election. Maybe September 20 or 19. Come and hear the vibe. Whereby I want to talk about peculiarity of states and what made this election unique. What this election means for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A lot. Don't let me go. But I already have it. I'll touch on Adams or Shomole too. I'm here to fix the time. Africa Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. I'm here to fix the date and time. I'm thinking maybe 19 not because the election is on 21. Then on that 21, we gather here for fellowship. By that time, by the grace of God Almighty, I would have activated the calling session. Because I don't like the way that you are only hearing me. I want to hear you too. You understand? I want to hear you too. 50-50 no cheating. You they hear me, I they hear you. It is sweet now. And like I say, don't always think your comment doesn't make sense. No, don't be intimidated. Rome wasn't built in a day. When I first started this video, I gave you analysis of how I began to do analysis on TV. For some of you that joined me early, Rome is never built in a day, so don't be shy. On this platform, we don't abuse people, we don't curse people. No. So subscribe, turn on the notification button. So when you know that you already have that vote, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to be united and not to be tight. Because if one man carry 6 million votes, that most of the vote largely come from the south. You see this Labour Party, sorry to say, their sense, they need to check it. They need to check their brain. Do we need to lay hands on them and start speaking in tongues? Do they need a pastor to lay hands on them and start speaking in tongues? Because you already have one candidate whose most of his vote came from the south, like 10 million votes. I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu has like maybe 12 million, or is it 10 million or 13 million votes. And Peter Obi's vote largely came from the south. And the argument is that it is the southern's turn. So Peter Obi himself wields so much political capital. What are you supposed to do? You are supposed to go and be looking for that northern candidate that can bring vote. That's why I mentioned somebody like Shegumi. Some of you are looking me like Lucozade, as if I don't know what I'm saying. You know? You said I can't find the notification button on the screen. If Tamaru Ibraga, if you are not watching on full screen, you see that subscribe button. Where that subscribe, if you click it and you subscribe, there's a little button by the side, like a bell logo beside subscribe. That's the notification button. So if you press it, you've turned it on. Anytime I post anything or I come live, YouTube will notify you that, oh, Dr. Omoshola Deji, or according to the name of the page, Politics with Omoshola Deji is live now. So Tamaru Ibraga, if you didn't get it based on this explanation, tell me you didn't get it, I will explain again. Don't watch me on full screen. You will see that subscribe button, right? When you see it, there's a little button by the side like a bell. Press it, turn it on. You understand? Kamala Okwe, please, this is called spamming. This is spamming. I may be forced to remove you. If you drop comment once, it's okay. Not that you drop one comment 5 times. What is when will Yoruba be free? When will Yoruba be free? And you are dropping it 5 times. That is spamming, if you don't know. If you do like that, you are spamming. And I may be forced to remove you. Once you drop comment once, it's okay. I've seen it. No comment that you dropped that I'm not seeing. Tamaru just said that, just subscribe. So God bless you, my brother. Great guy. So what Labour Party is supposed to do is to go and look for a northern candidate that has strong political capital. Who will we present in the north that the northerners will just go crazy? In fact, if it will be somebody like El-Rufai, you know, that short guy, you know, although I don't too fancy him, anybody that shares extremist views, I'm sorry, you know, I don't like extremists. So when that is taped, leaked, and some of the atrocities that was perpetrated in southern Kaduna, and some of his conversation that relate to extremist something, I don't like such. I don't know how to hide my feelings, right? But somebody like El-Rufai, and El-Rufai is not in very good terms with Tinubu, because he believed that Tinubu intentionally humiliated him. That's El-Rufai's belief. That if Tinubu, despite any DSS report of sharing extremist views, that if he doesn't want, if he wants him to be his nomination to be approved by the National Assembly, that the National Assembly will approve it. He believes Tinubu intentionally wanted to humiliate him If you are yet to like this video, do well to like this video. Do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button if you are watching me for the first time. So somebody like El-Rufai, that short man, if they get anybody, by now Labour Party should be doing their own work. See, God has put the rescue of Nigerians from the hands of Emilokon in the hands of Labour Party. But these people, they need to check their brain. When God has positioned you strategically, you know, Olukoya of MFM, we say powers of your father's house. Those are what some of you call village people. God has positioned you strategically for greatness. To bring succumb to Nigerians. You are now doing like, you know, imagine when they are supposed to be scouting for, and you know that now El-Rufai is almost partyless. You remember when he went to SDP to go and visit their party chairman there recently? Some of you, I just pity you. All your life, sorry to say, is to watch movie. You don't follow politics, and politicians are determining your life. You don't follow anything. You don't show interest in politics. It's to watch movie, to watch comedy skit. And some of you guys that are looking at me, the comedy that you will click on is when they have shown a woman that has big backside. That's the one you will click on. You want to be looking at big backside. When they are stealing your destiny in Abuja. Politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. I've explained that yesterday or day before yesterday. If you are just joining us, I see some people are just joining us. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Welcome to my channel. This is Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. Yes, that's my occupation, political scientist. What we are doing now is political education, community service. It's community service to me. God has positioned you, Labour Party. All this abure, all this nonsense, they stole money, they steal money. How much does Labour Party has? Even APC, PDP that have big money. They didn't accuse themselves that, oh, you stole money, you didn't steal money. All of them, they are pocketing money, they didn't come out to abuse them. You, how much do you have? Labour Party, how much? That you are coming to abuse yourself, to kill yourself. He stole money, he didn't steal money, he did this, he didn't do that, you know. Before you know it now, they will give money to one Labour Party guy to go and report to EFCC. You will carry your case as an opposition party, go and drop it in the hands of Tinubu, so he will finish you parapata. He will finish you completely. So you see that these guys, where they are supposed to be looking for an alliance in the north, a sellable candidate, a candidate that once you bring forward, the north won't even remember that Obi is Igbo. See, I'm telling you fact. If you scout well in the north and you give them a candidate that they like, they won't even remember that Obi is from Igbo. You know? Precious says, if they don't push for a reform for our electoral system, my dear sister, Precious, I think you are a woman. Tok Jones, I see you. You know, I see you, Tok Jones. You say Labour Party is doomed. I'm still coming to all your comments. Mighty Leon, I see you. I see you, Mighty Leon. Tamaru Ibraga, you said I just subscribed, so God bless you, my brother. If you are watching me and you are watching me for the first time, or you've watched me before, you are yet to subscribe, go and subscribe and turn on it. I'm even thinking of making my analysis of Edo election when I fix it, because it's going to be a very detailed analysis. I'm thinking of making it available to only my subscribers, because some people are very wicked. They will be watching me, they won't subscribe, they won't turn on notification button, they won't like, ordinary like, to like a video so that other people can see it too. I have 100 people watching me. To like is a problem for some people. So very soon now, I will start doing some video that it will be for subscribers only. And you know what? Now that video go hot pass. Now that video go sweet pass. Now there I go pour knowledge down. You know, say this thing na my thing. Now there I go pour knowledge down pass. So if you like, no go subscribe. Make you turn on notification button. Mighty Leon, you say I just subscribe. If you just subscribe, do well to put it in the comment section. Let me welcome you. Mighty Leon, you are now a polythinker. We polythink together. We be polythinking. You are in the right place in terms of political education. I'm a political scientist. Yeah, we don't abuse. You know, we don't curse people. Hausa don't hate Yoruba. Yoruba don't hate Igbo. We talk real politics. Annapolis in the political education. See now, this one that I'm doing now as a political scientist, oh, I am giving Labour Party free political counseling, oh, free political counseling, oh. If Labour Party come and consult me that Dr. Omoshola Deji, we have gone through your profile, we see that you bag your 3 degrees in 3 continents, you are good in this thing, come and be our political consultant. If I say, okay, give me $200,000, they will be begging me, maybe I should collect $100,000 or one fee. Is that advice that I'm giving you some free, oh, free? That Labour Party, don't you have sense? What is wrong with you? You are strategic to Nigeria. You know that before Labour Party, before Obi, they were clamoring for third force. Obi came all of a sudden, and he became that third force that was needed to give Nigerians alternative between PDP and APC. What is wrong with Labour Party? Do I need to lay hands on Abure, Peter Obi and everybody and start invoking Holy Spirit on them? Do I need to lay hands on them before they receive sense? Or do Nigerians need to tear them dirty slap? You know, there are some factory reset slap. Some of you that grow up with African mothers know what I'm saying. If you are misbehaving and our mothers are looking at you, they are looking at you, they are not saying anything. By the time they give you that slap, you see that boat in your head, that boat are not in your head, that is not working fine, that is making you to misbehave. That slap will enter that boat or not. That your head will naturally reset. It will then you receive sense. Do Nigerians need to tear them slap before they receive sense? Is the condition of things in the country, does it not like, you know, does it not give them a source of concern? Does it not give them a source of concern? And other parties are looking for political capital. You already have Obi. You already have one governor. You already have, if I'm correct, about 35 or so House of Rep member. Should you not be trying to consolidate? Should you not be trying to expand? You have an upcoming election in Edo, whereby you have Oludi. You know that guy that is big, that has double color in his sleeves? Senior advocate, former president of NBA, Oludi. Olumide Akpata. Some of you guys, you don't know politics. I pity you. Politics is more important than the movie you'll be watching every day. Some of you will be watching Hollywood, you'll be watching Bollywood. Some of you know all the movies in this world. If they say what is politics, you don't know. And these are the people affecting your lives. Labour Party that should be strategizing to support Olumide Akpata. You guys are fighting yourself. And that Oludi, the way he has been spending money, now Olumide Akpata. They went to go and remix Kiss Daniel's song. I hope they pay him good money. Maybe Kiss Daniel don't collect money because I don't see on top him. Labour Party, who is your guy? Now only me walai. I mean the singer. Olumide Akpata, Oludi. You have a coming election in Ondo State. You are not focusing on that one. If you are able to capture one of these states, you should be clamoring. You see, the performance of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be their campaign point in this election in this state. That This party that are saying vote for us, you see what they are doing at the federal level. They are the one making you hungry now. Oh, vote for a change. Vote Labour Party and see what will happen to your life. Instead of doing that, on consolidating, you are fighting yourself. You are fighting yourself. Let me acknowledge my new subscribers. Mitty Leon, I've acknowledged you. Great guy. Bewa Jikayo, I see your comment. Tox Jones, I see you. Precious. Moses Gideon, you said just subscribe. God bless you, my brother. Great guy. If you are just watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe. Turn on the notification button because there's some of my analysis will be for subscribers only. And like this video. Like this video. This is Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. You know? This is where you get one of the real best in-depth analysis from the experts. Those people that, some of them that they bring, they say, oh, they are political commentators. No, you must have studied political science to the higher level before you can declare yourself political scientist. This is some of you guys don't know political science is an occupation. As we have doctors, lawyers, engineers, we have political scientists. Some of you guys don't know. You don't know there's political scientists. So you better go and subscribe and turn on the notification button and be a polythinker. Let us be polythinking together. Now, what we are doing now is polythinking. You are polythinking with Dr. Omoshola Deji on politics and happenings in the polity. We are polythinking. And in the days by the grace of God, when I activate the calling session, I want to hear from you. Don't forget that I said there will be face-off. You agree. You don't agree. I'll bring two of you together. Oh yeah, come and do face-off on my platform. You believe Tinubu has not performed. You are a Tinubu supporter. You believe he has performed. Oh yeah, come. I will moderate the platform. Oh yeah, come and do face-off. So if you are here to subscribe, you will be missing. In fact, if you don't subscribe, I don't pray that YouTube should recommend my video for you again. So you should just lose go like that. That's why, if you are watching me and you are here to go and click that subscribe button, go and click it. Moses Gideon, just subscribe. I see you. Ellen, I just subscribed to you. God bless you, my sister. God bless you. I see you. 3TCQ, I see you. Tox Jones. This Tox Jones go keep a see with comment. Oh, you say, where am I? I'm on it. I think I've answered you. Tox Jones, you say, where are you? I'm on it. On Mother Earth. I'm not in Plateau. I'm not in Mars. I'm on it. So I've answered you like that. Mazi Maduike, you said just came across your channel by accident. Now I'm engaged. Quite insightful. Mazi Maduike, go and subscribe and like this video, because as you came across it by accident, like I tell people, if you come across my page, it is not by accident or chance. God has destined that you will learn from an expert, and God has destined you and I to be friends. So if you now put that opportunity away, good luck to you. So Mazi Jones, shout out, I see you. Great guy. You know? Precious say, Chigoze say, don't tell them where you are, APC agent everywhere. I'm on earth. Earth. You want to see me, begin to search the earth. Begin to search the whole earth. Begin to search all the earth. You will find me. I'm on earth. Nonso Mega say, I saw your live stream yesterday and again today. Insightful. Yeah, great guy. Nonso, happy to see you again. You know, have you subscribed, Nonso, so that we can be polythinking? You know, what we are doing right now is we are polythinking with Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. See, most of the people that are like me, they don't come to YouTube. Oh. They don't come to YouTube. They are making big publications. You know, they are doing political consultancy, earning big money. Oh. That's why you would have think that, why I never see somebody like this guy, say political scientist with a PhD and studied abroad, different continents. No, they don't have your time. Oh. They are thinking of how to make money, political consultancy. See, there's money in this political science. Oh. But yeah, I am polythinking with you. Because political education is as good as dead in Nigeria. is as good as dead. See what Labour Party is doing now. When they are supposed to be supporting Olumide, Osai Gbogbo, Abia na Edo people they call am Osai Gbogbo, or is it na Osai Gbogbo? Apologies if I pronounce it wrong. Shout out to my Edo people. Oba talk, hey, it's Abia na they talk am. You know, I'm very detribalized. I just like everybody. I refuse to be tribalized. Oh. Never. And that's why we don't encourage tribalism on this platform. We just enjoy ourselves. Everybody they flow. You know. Oba talk by hey, my Benin people is you know. Toke Jones. I don't know who you are. Begin to search all the earth. So now you be Jesus PA. You say I can tell you are in Nigeria. Where done God's PA? Abi, God's PA. Now you they look everywhere. They search for people. I see one meaningful comment. See, Toke Jones, I feel like I no go take your comment again, no. Because you just a drop comment per second. Make your comment no overshadow other people. I know they bias, so I love everybody. Oh. So make I no go miss the comment of my other great people. Toke Jones, shout out to you though. Mazi Madwike, I see you. Precious Oigozie Ibe, I see you. Nonso Mega, shout out to you, great guy. Dr. Stevie Dowu. He said good evening from here. Good evening from where? Is it from Plateau or from Mars or from Earth? And if you are comfortable to say the country, tell me. But I know it will be, most of you are watching from like America, Canada, because now you'll be like in your evening. You are going to your evening there. You know, in the UK now it's midnight. In Asia now is early in the morning. In part of Asia. So I know most of my viewers are from the America, the Canada, and all that. You know. So shout out to you, Prince Aumibe. I see you. Mazi Madwike say just like and subscribe. This will definitely not be the last time I'm listening to you. Amen. By the grace of God. I wish you long life. I wish myself long life. He said Nigeria is at a precipice. So if you are just watching me, go and subscribe. If you subscribe, drop a message. Let me acknowledge you. If you have liked this video, I want to see your comments. In fact, if it's convenient for you, tell me where are you even watching from. Just tell me where you are watching from. I'm here to see some of my lower viewers who Freedom Trades. I'm here to see you. You know, I familiarize myself with my viewers as I am. People that watch me regularly, I know them. I take my time to familiarize myself with my viewers. I don't joke with my viewers. You know, that's why on this platform, you never see me abuse anybody. In some platform, they would have abused your mother, abuse your father. No, I don't do that. I appreciate your time. Great people, okay? Mazi Madwike, watching from UK. Toke Jones, you are watching from DC. Washington, DC, right? Okay. Precious Ibe say already subscribe. Okay, great woman. God bless you. So, when you are supposed to be supporting Oludi, you are fighting yourself. They take money. They didn't take money. They steal money. They didn't. Paula Ken, you were with me yesterday, watching from Abuja. I see you. Shout out to you. Paul Aken, you were with me yesterday. You know, I take my time to familiarize myself with my viewers. I don't joke with my viewers. Even if you guys are 10 million, if I can use this my head to write PhD thesis, how many are you? If I write you on a piece of paper, you know how PhD thesis is like a dictionary. So how many are you that I can't familiarize? Paul Aken, shout out to you. You were with me yesterday. I see you. I notice you. Great guy. Prince Aumibe, you are watching from Baltimore in the United States. Baltimore. God bless you. Nonso Mega, you just subscribe. Shout out to you. If you are just subscribing or watching me for the first time, do well to drop a comment. Let me acknowledge you. You are welcome to Polythink with Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist, public affairs analyst. So you already have a candidate like Peter Obi. By now, Labour Party should be scouting all around the north. Because you want to hear the truth? Peter Obi will not make much political loss without Labour Party. But without Peter Obi, Labour Party is finished. Yes, you heard me right. Let me repeat myself. You know? Without Peter Obi, Labour Party is finished. But without Labour Party, Peter Obi still has his political capital. Because it was Peter Obi that gave Labour Party oxygen. It was Peter Obi that gave Labour Party what? Oxygen. So you need a man. You are still doing shakara. Imagine, oh, you are the one that need him. Oh. Anywhere Peter Obi goes, Peter Obi is like a man. You know that when they make the argument that a woman carried the baby 9 months, men came with the argument that that baby that you carried for 9 months, I have been carrying it for years. In my penis, everywhere I go. I gave it to you, you carried it for 9 months. You are now doing shakara for me. You know? Men used to use that to defend themselves. Everywhere Peter Obi goes, only one person, one, Obi, everywhere he go, when he sleeps, over 6 million votes is sleeping. When he wakes up, over 6 million votes has woken up. Everywhere he go, if you have spiritual eyes, and you have seen Obi, you'll be seeing votes everywhere. Vote everywhere. So, you are now doing shakara. What is the political value of Abure? Let's say Abure is standing now. How many votes can Abure command? You see, that is why abroad, in a state like the United States, they have sense. When Donald Trump and Joe Biden, when they did their first debate, and they saw that this thing, Joe Biden is not really showing great signs of intelligence. All of them came out and said no. And Joe Biden look around. He say, Kamala Harris, I support you. Other people, they saw the potential in her, they moved towards her. Right? Todd Jones, I don't know how you are thinking. No. Have I spoke about Trump now? I'm talking of the emergence of Kamala Harris. That was the debate between Trump and Joe Biden. Todd Jones, I'm not, I don't know. Just watch it, bro. Okay. Try and follow up so you know how to come in with your submissions. Okay. And don't give insightful something. Yes, I'll be forced to remove you. Yeah, we don't abuse. Okay. Don't abuse people. You can drop your comment, right? But don't abuse anybody. I don't take it. You know, we don't do it here. So, Kamala Harris emerged, right? And she may eventually win. Regardless of anything, like I said, eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. You know? But, what do we have? You are fighting. You know, please, this Todd Jones, please behave yourself. I said no negative comment here. Don't be calling people Olodo, please. Okay? I don't know the kind of home training you have. I don't know like who you are, but this is a professional platform. Please. We don't tolerate that here. If you are used to all these dirty platforms, please. Okay? Please. So, as I'm saying, you are supposed to do what? To unite, to align yourself. Okay? No? My people, please ignore this to Jones. Okay? Please, you don't need to respond to him. If he says I'm not a prophet, it's okay. I don't know your qualification, no, but at least for you to get my kind of qualification, it will take you no less than like maybe 10 or 15 years for you to meet my kind of qualification. So just ignore him, okay? So you are supposed to stay united. You know, yesterday I talked about 3 parties. I talked about NNPP, APC, then Labour Party. I wasn't able to talk about it much. Right? You guys are supposed to be united and see how you can utilize 2027. How much does Labour Party have that they are shouting, that they are screaming? How much does Labour Party? How much do they have that they are shouting and they are screaming? The political parties that have big money, the political parties that are cashing out, they are not making noise. Do you know how much APC got in terms of donations, foreign and local? How much governors donated? People that siphon money, they are not making noise. PDP, do you know how much they got? They are not making noise. So if you are fighting now, what are you using to convince us that we should give Nigeria to you? If you can't coordinate yourself, as little as you are, you cannot coordinate yourself. Right? How are you going to convince Nigerians to give a whole Nigeria to you? Because at the end of the day, people will think that Tinubu and Atiku, they use juju on Labour Party. You think 2027 is far away? No. 2027 is not far away. For instance, remember when you are in secondary school? Does it not look like yesterday? When they were saying February, March for Buhari, was it not like yesterday? You remember? Was it not like yesterday? Right? That your child that you gave birth to years ago, was it not like yesterday? So you think 2027 is far, but it's not. So if Labour Party is in serious disarray the way they are now, if PDP is in serious disarray the way it is now, what do you think will happen in 2027? So even if Tinubu is trying to cast a spell on you, are you not supposed to go for deliverance? As a political party, NNPP is saying PDP is dead. Labour Party, they are fighting themselves. PDP, Wike is dilly-dallying. What is the hope? What's the hope? Let's be sincere with ourselves. So what I can say is, if Peter Obi sees that these people, they will give him problem. If Peter Obi sees that there will be a problem to him, he can quickly migrate now and find a convenient party. For instance, There is Labour Party, there is Zenith Labour Party. Do you know that? Except if INEC has deregistered it. Do you know that there's LP, there is ZLP, there is Labour Party, there is Zenith Labour. There are parties that they are looking for political relevance, that they are looking for a sellable candidate that will believe in them. That was why Patutomi, Patutomi was favored to get the ticket of Labour Party. Some of you that followed politics and happenings in the politics, it was Patutomi. But when Obi came and he saw that this guy, if like say the wave of the country, they follow this Obi guy. What did he do? Patutomi stepped down for Peter Obi. That okay, let Obi have the ticket. I believe he's a better candidate. There are also other parties now that will be willing to give Peter Obi that they want that is 6 million votes. So if Obi sees that this thing is going beyond his power, and since he is the political flag boy of Labour Party, he should quickly just leave Labour Party for them. He should quickly just do what? Leave Labour Party for them if he wants to remain politically relevant, because by the time 2031, there's nothing you can tell the North to vote a Souther now. You know, North, they don't joke with power. You know, they cherish power. So you can only tell them in 2027 that, okay, Southerner, this, that, this, But once 2027 election comes and go, there's nothing you can do to tell North to vote a Southerner. So if Obi is to wait till 2031 and is a Northerner, 2035 is a Northerner, can Obi wait till 2039? I hope you are following me. Like, let us listen intelligently. Let's follow each other intelligently. He will now wait till 2039. So Obi himself, as he can contest as many times as he wants, but he has one fierce, strong, and if you can say last chance. Let's be realistic with, if he doesn't want to become Atiku, veteran contestant, he has this 2027. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I told you how NNPP can win the election. Kwakwanso, I gave you the analysis. I told you how Atiku can win. I told you how Emilokon. I also talked about that. But I'm here to talk about the Labour Party. Right? This is what I'm doing now. So if, thank you, Precious. Precious, you said it will be 78 by 2039. So Obi should not let some of these people that doesn't have political relevance to finish his political career. And it will be a disaster if you have the kind of political capital that Obi has and it wastes. You know that if you don't have potential, or maybe you go school, you know no book. You go to school, you know no book. You won't blame yourself. Say, okay, and maybe I know no book, that's why I no pass. Somebody like Kwakwanso now, he knows that he performed woefully in the election. But you joined a party close to the election and you are able to pull 6 million. 6 million is a small amount of votes. And that vote spread largely across the South. You are a political asset. See, Peter Obi today is the Buhari of the North of that time. What Buhari is in the North, when Tinubu got to go and bring him, Peter Obi is that in the South today. Intelligent people, follow me. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe. Turn on the notification button. And drop a comment. Let me acknowledge you. Okay? My name is Dr. Omoshola Deji. I'm a political scientist by training. So, how Buhari is in the North Is how Peter Obi is right now in the south. Peter Obi of today is the Buhari of the north some years ago. So what do you now need? Find a credible northerner, an acceptable northerner. To do what? To align with Peter Obi. So if Obi thinks that he wants to join them and be fighting and fighting, no. Yorubas will say, if you wrestle with the pig, there's no way you won't stain yourself with more. So when anywhere you are doing, even if you are analyzing on YouTube, when you find a pig, don't wrestle with a pig. Go. Yes, you will stain yourself with dirt in the mud. So Peter Obi should avoid some of these people. If he sees that the situation is beyond remedy, just do what? Find your square root and keep your political capital and integrity intact. See, it is not easy. It doesn't come easy for someone to carry bulk of votes. Let me explain to you. A political party is an association. Everybody has his own strength. I'm living in street A or community A. You are living in community B. This one is living in community C. That one is living in community D. Every one of us will go and canvass. We put our strength to action. Then we bring the vote. When we bring the vote together, it will now turn into bulk vote. It is very rare. Don't take my word for it. Like I usually tell my people, don't say this person has a PhD in political science or no. Anything I say, do some research. It helps. This is a political education platform. We don't insult, we don't abuse. No, we learn from each other, right? So if I tell you some things, be free to just do a little bit of research. It is rare for you to see one person that we have that large political capital. It's very rare. It is very rare. In fact, should I tell you the truth? Do you want to hear the truth? If you go to hospital and doctor says you have malaria and give you anti-malaria, you will believe Abi because you believe that doctor is trained, is an expert. But if a political scientist says something, you want to doubt it, I pity you. Let me give you an instance. If election, free and fair election, is conducted in the south today, the south, southern Nigeria, you know we have 6 geopolitical zones, 3 in the north, 3 in the south. If an election, a free and fair election, is conducted in the south today between Tinubu and Peter Obi, Obi will defeat Tinubu. Quote me anywhere as a political scientist. There's no how do I put it? There's no thuggery in the election. Oh. Make sure that in the election there's no thuggery. Oh. There's no police harassment. Oh. There's no election of Yaya Bello ta. Then go yera mo ta. That's the sound of a gun. Oh. There's nothing like that. There's free, fair and credible election today, right now. If you conduct election in southern Nigeria, Tinubu is from South Nigeria, Obi is from South Nigeria. Bring both of them now. Conduct free and fair election. In fact, if it is possible for Jesus Christ to come and be the electoral umpire so that nobody can bribe him, or if Nigerians will go and call the agency, the angels in heaven, Peter Obi in a free and fair election in southern Nigeria alone today with the increase in fuel price. See, I'm a Yoruba man. Let me tell you the truth. I'm a detribalized Nigerian. If you hear what some Yorubas are saying, this kind of hardship in the land has never happened before in the history of Nigeria. That within a year, fuel will move from 180 something to about 1,000 naira. Do you know how many percentage increase is that? That's like about 900% increase. The market women are crying, they are screaming. People are complaining. Do you know that the revolution against Tinubu government started in Yoruba land? Ebin power. Do you know that? That's why you people, some of you people should applaud Yoruba people. Yoruba people that have that intellectual sophistry, political intellectual sophistry, sagacity that some of these Hausas do not have, with profound respect to them. During the time of Buhari, despite how repressive his regime is, you hardly find a northerner come out to criticize Buhari. They don't say anything. But in the south, the displacement against Tinubu started in his own state, in Idumota, when he went to this mosque to go and pray, and he came with every convoy, jeep, e-locks, everywhere, and people were beginning to be feeling intimidated, and they were like, what is all this? What did they say? They say what? Ebin power. Please, Precious, please don't call anybody bigot, okay? Bigot means hatred. Please, don't. Please, let's avoid insult on this platform. Let's just learn. You see, when we begin to insult each other, we will lose focus on the objectivity of the analysis. See, when you are focused on people that are insulting, you would have come to this platform, you would have listened to me, you would not have learned anything because you are distracted. Avoid distraction. Avoid what? Distraction. That's why you hardly see me hate. I don't hate. I don't abuse. Because why? I have a lot of things to say. I'm a political scientist, for God's sake. How can a political scientist, somebody that earned his 3 degrees from 3 continents, will now come to YouTube and be focusing on abuse? No, I'm a professional. I'm a professional, so I don't have time to abuse. So don't let's use abusive words against each other so that you don't take your eyes away from the ball. Okay? So, as I'm saying, it came from Yoruba land. So, kudos to Yoruba people because they were able to do what the northerners did not do in the time of Buhari. Okay? They were able to do what northerners did not do in the time of Buhari. So, the displeasement against Tinubu happened right in the heart of your. If it had happened in Ogun State or Osun State, it would not have been painful. It happened right in Lagos State. Ebin power. When people saw convoy, when people saw obscene display of wealth with military police intimidation, they are like, Kilode, while we were hungry, they started screaming, Ebin power. That was how this Tinubu something. That's how it got popularized. Though. It started with Ebin power. We are hungry. It was that Ebin power that eventually came to become this mantra of this bad governor. People are now saying we are hungry, we are hungry. We are hungry for those people that are not Yoruba means Ebin power. That is what it means. Okay? So, in a situation like that, right? What do you need? You need to be sure that you take good steps to keep your integrity intact. And keep your eyes on the ball. That's why I've advised some of you that when you are doing something and you find yourself among people that don't have home training, avoid them. Keep your eyes on the ball. Everybody cannot be the same. Some people have home training, some people don't have. Some people are educated, some people are not educated. You understand? So keep your eyes on the ball. Okay? So now you keeping your eyes on the ball is listening to me. That's you keeping your eyes on the ball. Don't get distracted. So 2027 is Obi's fear and, if you like, last chance. 2027 is like Obi's fear and last chance. You understand? That's like Obi's fear and last chance. I'm going to remove Tokes now. Don't worry. I've removed him. Don't worry, my people. I've removed him. I've removed him. Don't worry. I've removed him. I don't like to remove people. You understand? But I've removed him. Okay? You know? I've removed, I've hidden him. Don't worry. You can't see him again. Don't worry. You know? Somebody, I don't know when he traveled to Nigeria, like maybe he has only been to one country that he's speaking from. I've been able to travel to so many countries. It's not easy when you have your 3 degrees from 3 continents. You know what? To study in Africa, to study in Europe, to study in Asia. But you don't need to wrestle with some of these people. Eyes on the ball. That's why I told some of you that don't fight him. If you are fighting him, the platform will become rowdy. When it becomes rowdy, you will lose focus on the in-depth analysis I'm giving you. You understand? And on this platform, I hate abuse. No. Have I abused anybody? No. When you have things to say, when you are intelligent in a field, you don't need to be abusing. No. You don't need it. So, don't think that, out of the 3 major candidates, in fact, I think out of the 4, Kwakwanso should be older than Obi, if I'm not mistaken. Kwakwanso may be older than Obi. So you may think Obi is the youngest. But you'll be mistaken to think he has time. He doesn't have time. Oh. If he missed 2027, let me give you the arithmetic again. This is 2024. He contested in 2023. He lost or they denied him, whichever one. 2027, they believe it is still the turn of the South. If Peter Obi fails to clinch it, by 2031, there's nothing you can use to convince the North to vote for the South. Never. The North will want to use 8 years. 31 plus 8, that is 39, 2039. By that time, another political superstar may have emerged. They usually say, Yorubas will say, Igbalaye, time is life. You understand? Time is life. That's what they say. Time is life. That use your time well. So by that 2039, we have not even reached 2029. 2029 is 5 years away. Not to talk of 2039, that's 15 years away. By that time, another political superstar may have emerged. So if Obi has political consultants, they will tell him, Your Excellency, sir, look at this arithmetic, look at this permutation. Stop focusing on any factional fight because it will distract you. And if you are not able to clinch it in 2027, that's the end. Sammy Albert, I see you. You said you think not will contest in 2027. You can't rule it out because since there's no constitutional restriction to contesting. There's no constitutional restriction. The constitution do not restrict anybody. Whether you are not or sir, you can contest. That is just a political agreement or political arrangement. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button. This is where we politik. Please subscribe, turn on the notification button. So, I won't be surprised if not contest. It's not impossible because Buhari used 8 years. Atiku still contested. And don't forget that Atiku is a veteran contestant. I don't know the kind of people that give that man hope. But Atiku has so much money. Maybe it is his money that is giving him hope. Because every election cycle, you see him, is either struggling for ticket or contesting, is either struggling. And I've said it that if you have opportunity to be president of Nigeria before or vice president, and the political calculation doesn't favor you, and you don't have anybody that you can point to, and say, okay, give this person ticket, I will support him. That means you have failed. If today Atiku Abubakar cannot afford to stay away from the ballot and say, oh, give Kwakwanso a northerner, is more younger, is more eligible, give him the ticket, I will support him. Or give Obi, give him the ticket, I will support him. Then that means Atiku himself has failed. Do you mean that all these years that you have people following you, you have not trained anyone? You have not trained anyone that you believe in that can succeed you. That means you yourself, you have failed. So if Atiku do not have any southerner that he can say, oh yeah, go for this election, I will support you, that means Atiku himself is a failure. Because when you are growing, at least you train people. You've left office since 2007. How many years ago? You've been in the political saddle since the days of MK Abiola. For some of you that don't know, Atiku has been interested in the presidency since 1993. Oh. Some of you don't know. Since the days of MK Abiola, Atiku was interested in contesting for that election. Oh. Before they cancel him to pipe low, don't take my word for it. Don't say because I'm a political scientist. Do the research or ask some of your big uncles, big aunts. They will tell you. So if you have been contesting since 1993 till now and you don't have any material, for instance, when the permutation, if you are watching me for the first time, please subscribe. When the permutation did not favor Tinubu, he was able to provide an Oshibaju. He did not force himself to be deputy to Buhari. When Bukola Saraki was tackling him based on Muslim tickets, that Buhari cannot afford to go on a Muslim ticket. That was how he tackled Tinubu. Tinubu was meant to be Buhari's vice. But when Tinubu saw that this permutation did not favor him, what did he do? He brought Oshibaju. Tinubu himself told the story. Some of you must have heard it from him. He brought Yemi Oshibaju. So if the political permutation does not favor you as Atiku Abubakar, and there's nobody that you think you can bring and support and sponsor, then Atiku, you are a failure. You are a political failure. Then Atiku Abubakar, you are a political failure. That is a straightforward something. Because is it that you don't have anybody that you've groomed? I can see some people are just joining us. If you just subscribe, please drop a comment. Let me acknowledge you. Okay. Adekunle Obadimeji. Obadimeji. Is it Obadimeji or Oladimeji? Because I know the Yoruba name called Oladimeji. You know, but Obadimeji is not common. Obadimeji means two kings in Yoruba. You know, so I think Adekunle is from a royal family because Ade means crown. So people from royal family, they usually have Ade to their name. Obadimeji. Which state or which town are you from? Obadimeji. You know, I see you. Precious Shigozie Ibe, I've been seeing you since. God bless you. Onyeka Ucheria Oakwe, I see you. Samabat, I see you. And quite a number of people here. Nonso Mega, I see you. I see you, Nonso Mega. You know, lot of people, right? Dele Jacobs, I see you. Chris Ike, that's AIK, I see you. You know, great people. Don't mind that other guy, I've restricted him. You know, Osun State. Oh, the state of the dancing senator, Ademola Adeleke. Shout out to you, Adekunle Obadimeji. Then Chilaka Kenneth says hello, good morning. Chilaka, where are you watching from? Chilaka, I see you. If you are watching me for the first time, maybe YouTube just recommend me to you. Please subscribe, turn on the notification button, okay? And drop your comment. I want to read your comment. God bless you. My name is Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. We have been politicking since. Mike, there's a way this thing appear on my screen. Is it Obiara? Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. Shout out to you. I'm fine, sir. Says how am I doing? I'm fine. Oh. I think Michael is the only person that have asked me how am I doing. Yeah. I know you care, but you have not asked me how am I doing, Yeah. Abbas Ibrahim, I see you. On this platform, we educate each other. We think without bias. Okay? We love each other. We don't discriminate. We don't abuse. That's how we do. In the next days, by the grace of God, I will activate the calling session so that some of you that are making comments, I can hear from you too. I love to hear from you, but because I'm yet to activate the calling session, that's why I'm, reading your comments here. So if Atiku has nobody that he can present, then Atiku is a failure. But Obi should know that things fade away with time. That's why he cannot afford to be spending his productive time to be wrestling with Abure and the likes. No. These guys, what do they call him? Alex Oti. It's not easy in Nigeria for you to come under some platform and win election. Alex Oti, as he is a political asset, and Alex Oti is on the side of Peter Obi. So if Alex Oti leaves Labour Party for another party with Peter Obi, what will be left in Labour Party? What will be left? And you know that the meeting that Abure is holding, those House of Rep members that they have, over 30, that Labour Party has, they are not with Abure, they are with Obi and Alex Oti. Don't forget. So that is enough strong political capital. Nonso Mega says, I'm curious, what do you think the political atmosphere could be during 2027? That is so, it is 2027 that I'm trying to give effect to now. That if Nigerians are not careful, Tinubu will rule in a very bad, in a tyrannical manner. And at the end of the day, he will still find himself again as president for second term, because you need political party as a vehicle. And the vehicle we have now is PDP, Labour Party. And both parties are behaving like spoiled children. Thereby giving Tinubu an easy go to 2027. That is why somebody like Peter Obi must act very fast and associate and disassociate himself from the detractors. Because 2027 is his best chance, if not his last chance. From the early analysis I gave, he said, what do you think? That's not so mega. What do you think the attitude of the obedient movement might be by then? Can the movement be re-energized? Of course. See, the movement, to my mind, is still as it is. Like I said, maybe you are not following me from the beginning. I said, those that voted Peter Obi, those 6 million people that voted Peter Obi today, right now, has no reason to vote any other person. So the number cannot decrease except if it will increase by the performance of Emilokon. So it is now that Peter Obi is hot. When you are hot, for instance, there was a time, it was Two-Face. You are my African queen, the girl of my dream. Now, who is listening to Two-Face? Great guy, though. Shout out to Two-Face. Great talent. Some of these Gen Z, they don't even know much about Two-Face. If they tell them come and sing Two-Face song, maybe they will sing this one. Amaka disappoint me. But they won't remember, oh lele, oh lele, oh le, you know, sorry if I don't get it right. Oh le palabulu kele, oh le kwa, implication, pa, implication. Maybe they won't remember it. As you see me so, I no send you. Oh, do you remember that song? I don't sure they will, maybe they will remember it. So plantation boys, you remember that one? I'm not sure they will remember it. So time is life. If you don't use your time well, Peter Obi cannot always have that, you know, that clout that he has now. No. Some time ago, it was Idris Abdulkarim when he released Mr. Lecturer. Some of you that are a bit old, you remember, Mr. Lecturer, I want you to pass my paper. When Idris was saying, Fumi Nkpomo, some of you that know that song, Mr. Lecturer, Fumi Nkpomo, say, you no one give me Nkpomo, I be Mr. Lecturer, I go fail your paper. Now, where is Idris Abdulkarim today? He even released a song recently. Michael Oyara, I see you. Thanks for subscribing. I acknowledge you. If you are just watching me for the first time and you subscribe, please notify me. Let me acknowledge you. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button. Where is Idris Abdulkarim today? You remember Blackface? Blackface has his own little time. You remember Face? My mama used to tell me that dreams come true. You remember Face? Oh, Kolo menta. Oh, start to the craze. As you jump on this case, Kolo menta. Where is Face today? So Peter Obi should also realize that time is important. If he missed 2027 and he has to wait for North to do their own by 2029, his case may just be like Idris singing now. He may not have that relevance like before. You know, now Idris is more like an upcoming artist because nobody is listening to him like Davido Two-Face. And Davido and Two-Face should also not think that na so they go. No. After a while, they will also leave the scene. At some point in the days of our forefathers, it was Oliver the Coke. Some of you remember Oliver the Coke. Some of you will remember Fela Nicola Kokuti. Oh, well, remember that song? They no one take him, but then take him. Yaradua take him. Obasanjo dey there with this fat stomach. Yaradua dey there with his leg like ostrich. They no one take him, but then take him. They no one take him, but then take him. They must to take him, but then take him. You remember that song by Fela? That he was abusing Yaradua and Obasanjo when they were president. Said Obasanjo dey there with him big fat stomach. You know say Fela he no send anybody. You know, he said Yaradua dey there with his leg like ostrich. Now, great guy, Fela Anikulapo, rest in peace, Baba, is late. Even if Fela were to be alive, that doesn't mean that people may still be hearing him like before. Because, for instance, Sashino Peters is still alive. Most of you remember Sashino Peters. Ijo yo yo, Ijo yo yo. You remember Sashino Peters? Moloro ọmọge tó rẹwà tó dúró sẹpẹ́sẹpẹ́ figure 8 sẹpẹ́sẹpẹ́ figure 8 òròǹbó àyà ẹ̀ ó dùn jọ ọsàn lọ. You remember Salawa Abeni? She's still alive. Oh. Look at this man, Ngwo. That man that sang Ngwo. You know, sorry, I'm not Igbo, so I may not pronounce it right. Ngwo. If not for the grace of God on his life, you know, sometimes some people enjoy special grace. That the grace of God will just fall upon you. That the mighty hand of God, that man self, he doesn't think that maybe anybody can know him. Now, it is him that all these young people, they're not, But such a situation is very rare. That's why when you have time, use it well. So I'm giving free political counseling to Peter Obi that this is your time. You know one thing about Nigerians, let me tell you one thing about, that's why I pity Emilokon. One thing about Nigeria is when they are loving you. You see, Nigerians are like the host of heavens. You heard me right. Nigerians are like a mini host of heaven. When Nigerians love you, in fact, you are made. If Nigerians don't love you and they love what you are doing, you are made. Look at this boy, Zazu. What did he sing? Zazu, Zeu, Okotwa, Okotwa, me. There are people that have better songs. What is the meaning of Okotwa, Okotwa, me? But the song just resonates with people. Everybody was just saying, Zazu, Ze, Zazu, Ze. You know? So time matters in life. It matters. So Obi, Peter, son of Obi, if you let them distract you till in 2027, if you miss it, it's till 2039. And by that time, like I said, a new political superstar may have emerged. Just as I use the instances, you know, I've given you so many artists. For instance, at one point, it was Nwankwo Kanu, Papilo. Those of you that, you remember Peter Rufai? If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe. This is Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. On this platform, we talk about politics and happenings in the polity. Please do well to subscribe, okay? That YouTube recommend my video for you today doesn't mean they will recommend you tomorrow. So if you have been watching me for 5-10 minutes and you are enjoying me and you fail to subscribe, they may not recommend my video for you tomorrow, and that's the end. So it doesn't cost you anything. Do well to subscribe. Turn on the notification button. Don't wait till later. Do it now. Right now. You remember Peter Rufai? Peter, the son of Rufai? You remember Ikesho Rumu? At one time, it was JJ Okocha. JJ Okocha. Where is JJ Okocha today? Do you remember at one time it was Roberto Carlos? Ronaldo de Lima. Ronaldinho. Now it is Messi, it is Ronaldo. Now Messi and Ronaldo are gradually, another superstar will come in. So if Obi do not use his chance well now and he's wasting that productive avenue that he has and he doesn't keep his eyes on the ball, it will be till 2020 to 2039 if he miss 2027. And by that time, a new political superstar may have. So leave Abure. Abure that doesn't have political relevance. Abure that cannot command political votes. You that you are carrying 6 million votes everywhere you go, like MTN. I hope Peter Obi will not grow hunchback, because 6 million votes is a heavy load to be carrying everywhere about. So I won't be surprised if I see Peter Obi tomorrow with hunchback. I will know that is that heavy load of 6 million votes. It's a heavy luggage. On a lighter note, you know. So if you are carrying such load on your back and you are now fighting, you are now Abba Matthew Ezekiel, he says he just subscribed. Shout out to you. You know, Matthew, you are welcome. This is Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist. This is where we politics. Okay? This is a free platform. We don't abuse here. We learn from each other. Don't say the person talking to you is a political scientist with PhD and be intimidated. No. I want to read your comment. That I usually tell people. Don't think your comment doesn't make sense. I love to read unintelligent comments as much as I love to read intelligent comments. If you believe you are not intelligent today, give yourself 3 months, 6 months. your situation would have changed. You would have been improving. Life is a phase. Life is a gradual process. Never lose yourself. Immediately you lose yourself, you're as good as dead. So believe in yourself. Even if your English is not too posh, don't be shy. I go use me and carry wetin you write. And on this platform, we don't hate, we don't abuse. No. We learn from each other. When I activate the calling session in the days ahead, you call in. I want to hear you too. Then, like I said, I have other program in the back, like Face Off, whereby you believe in Atiku. This one believe in Tinubu. Oh yeah, two of you come and do Face Off, and I'll be moderating. It's going to be very interesting. That's why you need to subscribe. Not only subscribe, turn on notification button and tell other people about this channel. Okay, if YouTube has recommended my channel to you, you may not be lucky tomorrow. You may not recommend it. So the luck you have now, quickly subscribe and join the Politic family. Matthew, I welcome you. You are welcome. Mazi Madwike says, how do you see the Ondo State upcoming election from Labour Party's point of view? No, I think Mazi, I don't know whether you are just joining us. I made some analysis on that where I said Labour Party has a candidate in this place, Edo, Olumide, Osaibobo, Apata. Rather than for them to be rallying around the guy and be using the hardship in the land to campaign against APC, be using the personalization of state and high-handedness of Obaseki to campaign against PDP, and be giving all the support in unity to Olumide for him to try his luck. They are busy fighting themselves. That's why you see that at the end of the day, Olumide will lose that election in Edo State, that Labour Party candidate, because he is from a relatively new party and is fighting with hyenas and jackals, the likes of Oshomole in APC, incumbent in PDP, you Labour Party, that you have never won election in that state. Your party is still fractionalized. How do you want to win? As you are making effort, some people will be sabotaging it. That's why I pity Olumide or Saibobo. That is what fractionalization brings. That's what fractionalization brings. You know? He says, my brother says, that's Mazimaduke says, how do you see, okay, you say, how do you see on those states, upcoming election from Labour Party's point of view? Oh, Freedom Trades, great guy. I have asked of you, Freedom Trades, great guy. How are you there now? I asked of you, I know some of my viewers. I asked of you, Freedom Trades, this Chemtex 007, this, I think, Stanley. I've not seen Stanley too today. Oh. Then this lady. Hey, what's this lady's name? Oh, hey. But if I see a comment, I know her. This lady. I know some of my loyal people. When I see them, I know. That's why I say I be dropping your comment so that I can get familiar to you as well. Because in the days ahead, when I activate the calling session, some people, if I give them extra minutes, don't say, Bible say I know my people knows me. Now so Bible talk. I not be so Bible talk. So it's been a very long day for me, my people. I'm about to call it a wrap. But if you are here to subscribe, please subscribe, turn on the notification button. So Peter Obi should just avoid all these distractions, because at the end of the day, the aim, if the crisis in Labour Party is being orchestrated by people in other party, their aim is not Labour Party, their aim is Peter Obi. Their aim is not Labour Party, their aim is Peter Obi. You know, Freedom Trace, shout out to you too. Mr. I hope I will go watch that debate between Harris and Trump. I'm almost signing out now. Yeah, Harris versus Trump in 20 minutes. I will sign out in the next 5-10 minutes because I want to watch that. I watched the one between Joe Biden and Trump, whereby Joe Biden sincerely performed woefully. If I'm to serve as an examiner for that election, I will fail Joe Biden. And you know that Trump has this coercive ability. So he needs somebody that is active, that can punch. One of the mistakes of Joe Biden was Trump was dishing out some lies. He was dishing out some falsehood. But Joe Biden wasn't able to counter. And you know that all Americans are watching. Whereby, as he's bringing up, that's something. If Joe Biden, and I'm sure Kamala Harris will be well prepared in that regard tonight, because our team would have coached her, that immediately he throws those lies, punch it immediately. That is one. Kamala Harris' team would have also told her that don't let him lord over you. Don't let him immediately. Maybe they may have taught Kamala Harris some political jabs too. You know those jabs that Trump was using against Joe Biden was like Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. You remember Freedom Trace? Sleepy Joe. As small as that word is powerful. So the team of Kamala Harris now, hopefully, they have aligned with her and told her that be very ready. If he wants to bring and come, give am as e dey hot. So I expect that this debate will be very hot between Trump and Kamala Harris. It will be very hot. It will be other. You said you know a lot about politics. You are good. My brother, I'm a political scientist. That's why I usually say that if you come to this platform, God has destined that you and I will be friends. If I want to read now, I don't read engineering. I read politics, political science. That is what I read from BSc to PhD. You know? Aaron says nothing for Kamala. Are you sure? Aaron, are you sure that there's nothing for Kamala? Are you really sure? Because if you look at the emergence of Kamala as VP, and you know that all this survey in the US, they are real, not like Nigerian survey. During that campaign, when Joe Biden stepped down, look at the amount of money that Kamala realized as donation and the quick allegiance of people. You know that this party, Democrat, they quickly had to do something because people that were indecisive, the one they call indecisive voters, that they don't know whether they will vote Trump or Biden, they were already switching towards Trump. So they needed to do something with immediate effect to make sure that that alliance doesn't switch. That's why when Kamala Harris came on board, she increased the dying political sagacity of Democratic Party in the US election now. So are you sure there's nothing for Kamala Harris? You know that lady is a very intelligent lady. In one of her broadcasts, she says she knows Trump's type and she knows how to handle them. Have you forgotten? And the lady right now is fighting the battle of her life. She's fighting the battle of her destiny. She knows it is fight to finish. She's fighting for her place in history. Are you sure there's nothing for Kamala, Aaron? Are you really sure? I doubt it too. Because that lady can eventually go all out and win. Oh. If she's able to get her foothold in the swing state, you know what they call swing state? You know electoral college. You know the US, in the US, they use electoral college. If Kamala Harris is able to align in those swing states, you know it was those swing states that favored Joe Biden against Trump. So if Kamala Harris is able to work on those swing states, if the swing states are in favor of, are you sure there's nothing for Kamala Harris? That lady may pull up a surprise. Oh. I'm telling you. But I'm sure in this debate, it will be very interesting. She will perform way more than the way Joe Biden performed. You know? He says she has made no interviews, but because she has no policy to talk about. Are you sure? She has been appearing on campaign platform. If she hasn't make any interview or any policy to talk about, U.S. election debate is always about a debate of policy. So this is an opportunity. You know, U.S. election debate is not a platform for abuse. Yeah. Ebiowe, I see you. It says hello Deji. Shout out to you. You are welcome. You know, the U.S. election is a policy talk. It's a policy fireworks. The U.S. election debate, since even if you do the days of Obama, Onyeka said this, Oga Tinubu joined. Since let's forget about Nigeria now. Freedom Trace. Now you drag me go U.S. election analysis. Oh, now Freedom Trace drag me go. Let's leave Tinubu for now. So even if Kamala Harris was not, you see, good point, Aaron. Good point. Aaron says 8 wars right now. Right? He says under Trump, no wars. I agree with you that under Trump, no wars. But the truth is, under Trump, there is no war. But could Joe Biden, you see, I like when my platform is very interactive. Oh. I like when you guys make it interesting for me. Could Joe Biden, could he have avoided that war in the true sense of it? If you look at the collapse of the Soviet Union, if you look at the Soviet Union, Russia is the opposition to United States as world power. And Russia still believe that if I can't have more, don't take from what I have. That is one of the principles of Vladimir Putin. But Ukraine, because Russia is more like a bully to those Soviet states around it. It's just like now, Nigeria should be bullying Benin Republic, bullying Togo because Nigeria has more power. And these guys began to align with the West. Some of them were joining NATO or planning to join NATO. As they are aligning with the West, whether anybody likes it or not, Putin will still react. Because he believes that how can you leave the Soviet Union and want to be aligning with the West? And Putin is fighting a territorial battle, because if Ukraine joins NATO and the West, NATO can come and set up a military base in Ukraine which shares border with Russia. You see, I like when my viewers are very intelligent. So that war between Russia and Ukraine is only a matter of time. So even if it hadn't happened under Trump, that doesn't mean it won't eventually happen, because tempers have already been flared in the Soviet Union. So it's only a matter of time. You understand? It is only a matter of time. You understand? So whether anybody likes it or not, that war will still have happened between Russia and Ukraine, except one thing that could have prevented the war is if Ukraine was ready to back down and say, oh, I pledge my allegiance, oh Russia, oh Soviet Union. But these guys are also trying to align with the West because of favorable economic policies. Russia is not able to give them what they want in terms of economic support. And they know that these people, these Americans, or these America and its allies, they call them allies, this UK, Canada, Germany, these people, they have the resources. They are ready to give out. So there's no way the war wouldn't have happened except Ukraine was willing to accept to continue being bullied by Russia or remain to pledge his allegiance with the Soviet Union despite not having much to gain. So I think that Ukraine-Russia war, I think is more of a coincidence to my mind. But you see that Israel-Palestinian war, that one has been a protracted war for long. You understand? See, Putin, Aaron says Putin respected Trump. Putin respected Trump. But that doesn't mean that Putin respecting Trump wouldn't have stopped Putin from dealing with Ukraine. The only thing that you can say is Putin did not expect that Ukraine will end up getting the Western support as much as it is getting. And Putin did not expect that that war will be protracted long like this. What Putin was expecting is, just eat them hard, fast and strong, decimate them, conquer them. He didn't expect that the Western Bloc will give Ukraine that much support for a long time, which is that support is a way of decimating the Soviet Union, collapsing it further. It's a way of collapsing it further. So I think that war between Russia and Ukraine is just a coincidence. That's what I think. I think it's just a coincidence. So even if it is Trump that is still there, the probability that that war would happen is still there. It's still there. Freedom to say Trump moved the embassy against a lot of advice. That alone is, it's a recipe. But that Israel something, that one has been protracted. That one has always existed. And you see, these people that Israel is shelling now, seriously. Hamas, yes, Hamas. Israel sat down on his own. I know that Israel has done some great injustice against all these, all these people. I can't deny it. But Israel just came all of a sudden, this Hamas, and started shelling Israel. It's like a cat going to kick a lion. When that lion will react, that lion will shred you to pieces. Shout out to Surplus Link. Oh, Ugo, I see you. My people from VOP. Those are some of my listeners on VOP Radio TV. Shout out to you, Ugo. Special shout out. I see you, bro. See, Aaron, that's what I'm saying. That 4 years of Trump, no war, doesn't mean that 8 years of Trump, there won't be war. Because the war between Russia and Ukraine is just like a ticking bomb, except if Ukraine was willing to bow to Russia and for Russia to be lording over it. That is the only thing that could have stopped Putin. But if Ukraine had continued to align with the West, if Ukraine had continued to align with NATO, that is seeking to register itself under NATO. Do you know what registration with NATO means? Putin would rather act to destabilize Ukraine, to shell Ukraine to pieces, than for Ukraine to join NATO, and NATO will come and establish a military base in Ukraine very close to Russia. So whether Trump is president or not, there's no way Putin wouldn't have been forced to take the battle to Ukraine and make sure that Ukraine is shared to pieces, rather than watch Ukraine to go and join NATO, and NATO will come and establish a military base close to Russian territory. So I think the war between Russia and Ukraine doesn't have to do with Trump being president or not. I think it has to do with timing and the action of Ukraine. Is Ukraine ready to be submissive? Is Ukraine ready to bow down to Russia?
There will be no war, even if Trump is not the president or Trump. But so long as Ukraine want to go and be aligning with NATO, you know, Putin is like Shekau. He has these NATO fanatics. So timing is important. If not, Russia, Putin, the highest thing is just as if. Let me give you another example. It's just like now, North Korea and US are not in the best of time. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, are not in best of time with this guy, Joe Biden. South Korea shares border with North Korea. South Korea is now hobnobbing with US. I'm just using it as an example. And if South Korea, which is like Ukraine in this case, join NATO, the US can come and establish military base in South Korean territory. In fact, they can put it in, let's say, Russia is Benin Republic. If Ukraine joins NATO, NATO can establish a military base in Badagry, just at the border of Russia. Putin will never allow that and watch that happen. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Whether Trump is president or not, he will never take that risk. Because Putin, who has always been a giant, would rather die a victor than die a villain. Let's be realistic with ourselves. Putin would rather die than allow a military base to be established, and one day the West will wake up and say they want to come and capture him, or they want to come and do something for Russia. That's why he quickly shelled Ukraine. To send a signal, that is another reason, to send a signal to other small Soviet Union states that you see what is happening to Ukraine, you misbehave, and you see what will happen to you. But Putin himself, Russia, made a mistake in the sense that you cannot use force in these days to keep the Soviet Union together. You must dangle carrots. What are the economic benefits if they remain in the Soviet Union? What are the security benefits? So if you are not dangling economic benefits, and these nations have their own economic issues, they have their own technological deficiencies, and you just expect them to stay with you just so that you can be lording over them. No, now. So I think the mistake Russia made was that Putin never saw it coming. That election, that war will be protracted like that. You know, Ukraine is here to join NATO. So he didn't think that Ukraine will have such a massive support. And he didn't think that the West will be so confident enough, the Germany, the Austria, all these countries, to be donating weapons to Ukraine. So now, it is like a mini subtle world war. Allies of the West versus those that are with the collapsed Soviet Union. So it is like a mini rebuttal. And US would rather die than watch Russia gain territory. US, I repeat, US would rather die. Whether it is Trump on president, whether it is Joe Biden, whether it is Kamala Harris, it doesn't matter. Because the more territory Russia gains, the more the reduction of the US power in the global space. Don't forget that apart from Russia, US already has its economic enemy, which is China. US already has its economic enemies. You know, the problem between US and Russia is a power tussle. Now maybe what power? And me too, I still feel be what power. The silent war between US and China is about economy. Economy, the fight for markets, the fight for global markets. And don't forget that US is already also in a bit of struggle with North Korea as regards nuclear weapon, nuclear plant. You know, my people, I like when my viewers, you know, Aaron, Freedom Tweet, God bless you. You know, God bless two of you for dragging. You know, I was talking about Labour Party. You guys came and dragged me to, you know, the US election politics, global politics, NATO and everything, and I followed you there. God bless all of you. You know, I'd like to catch up with the debate. If you are watching me for the first time, I'm Dr. Omoshola Deji, political scientist, public affairs analyst. This is my thing. So please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Maybe YouTube just suggests my video to you. You are lucky. And God has destined that you and I will be friends. If you don't subscribe, that doesn't mean they will suggest my video to you tomorrow. So if you've been listening to me for like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and you think that, okay, you are able to gain one or two things from what I said. I didn't plan to speak about NATO. Some of these my dangerous listeners. If you are not very strong, that's how they will bring topic. It was Freedom Trace and this guy. What is this guy? Aaron, that dragged me to US election, from there to NATO, Russia, Ukraine, you know. But I'm happy. Great guys. God bless all of you. I acknowledge you. I appreciate you. Okay. Please do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on the notification. Let us be thinking together. Imagine now that this topic that you guys raised, I didn't mean I've activated the phone-in session. I would have loved Aaron to come and tell me tomorrow what he thinks about. You know, you are saying Kamala may not be able to put up a magic. Right? I would have loved to hear from you tomorrow. That's why I'm working seriously on the phone-in session. This is a very interactive platform. I would have loved to hear from Aaron and Freedom too, but there'll still be more. Don't forget, the US election is coming in November. So by that time, of course, even before that time, the phone-in session would have come in. And if you guys disagree, Aaron and Freedom too, I'll bring both of you to come and do face-off. Come and do face-off. Let me be moderating. Let me hear both of yours argument. You know, it's going to be very interesting. So you guys should stick tuned to this channel. God bless you all. It's been a wonderful time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji. I'm Dr. Omoshola Deji, a political scientist. You know, my PhD is in political science. My master's is in international relations. My BSc is in political science. So if you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on the notification button till I come your way again very soon. I mean very soon. I'm not always far from you. God bless you. I love you all.